Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining me this evening. I appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out with us. So, we got an interesting show for you guys today. But before I get into talking about my guest and what's going on, real quick, let me just go through the basics, guys. If this is your first time watching the show, you can check us out on our YouTube channel. And that is at Made from Scratch Broadcast. You can type it in there. We are streaming live there. So if you guys go there, do us a favor, hit the like and subscribe button. We're building our viewership up there. It lets us be a little bit more creative and lets us do a few extra things that we would like to do there. Also, you can also check us out on Facebook, and you can check out our Facebook page. It is at Made from Scratch Broadcast there as well, and we are streaming live there. You can also catch us on Twitter at MSB Live, MSFB Live. There, we're streaming on there as well. And then you can also catch it on our website. So you go to the website. It's www.madefromscratchpodcast there. You can catch the live stream there. You can also check out all our past episodes. You can also check out the podcast and all the past podcast episodes as well. And you can go ahead and read about my little backstory as well. Few little interesting things you can kind of interact with. So appreciate you guys following along, and I always enjoy the support. So let me go ahead and start about tonight's guest. So her name is Inez Barbario, and Inez is me and her connected on LinkedIn a while back, and we've had a few conversations back and forth. And, again, I found her story pretty interesting when I first started, because one of the things that caught my eye about her is that she was one of her taglines was she was a correspondent for a lifestyle entertainment publication in New York called Millennium Magazine. So I was like, wow, she does interviews. So when I was first wanting to get into interviews, that kind of interested me. And then I started reading into more about what she does as well. And, she is an emotional intelligence, why is it in my mind right now? Thought leader. And, she has her own, she's got her own program that she teaches to clients. She also teaches, diversity and inclusion to businesses. And she also has she's also got a certified degree from Cornell University in women leadership. So, she does a lot of public speaking, and she's out there a lot. And lately, she's been doing a lot of videos on LinkedIn, and she's got something coming up next week that we're going to dive into a little bit more. And I'll let her explain it, at full length. But she's going to have a virtual free event going on that she's part of. And it's going to involve a lot of speakers and that sort of thing. But we'll jump into that. But, you guys want to help me give a nice round of I can't even applause, but, thank you. Give a big shout out for Inez, and she's going to be on the show. Hey, Inez, how are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for that great intro.
No problem. Thank you for coming on. I do appreciate it. So, and we're just touching a few basics about what's going to be going on pretty soon. And one of the things that I wanted to get in is about the event you got coming up next week. So before we hop into that, though, let me ask you a few questions, and that way I can get you a little more accustomed to my audience. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, to those who are unfamiliar with Inez?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Inez, as you already I'm a speaker, I'm a writer, and as you mentioned, a celebrity correspondent for Millennium Magazine, which I still do. I still do that a lot. I have a lot of cover stories that I've written for them. I've been with them for about 5 years now. But during that time process, I was a stay-at-home mom for a long time. And, as my son got older, I kind of wanted to get back into work or do something for me, but I still want to be involved in his life.
Yeah.
As a, like I wanted the best of both worlds. Let's put it honest there. I've always studied human behavior for quite a while, and I really got deep into it with emotional intelligence about 4 years ago, I would say.
Yeah.
And, with my mentor, Jen Groover, who's an amazing speaker and writer as well, she kind of like led me down this path to be a speaker. And I never thought I'd be a speaker. I got to be
Yeah.
honest. I was like total shy girl. I didn't
Yeah.
like any attention on myself. My husband and I first started dating, he used to call me shy girl because the
Yeah.
big joke was I wouldn't pick up the phone and order a pizza because that's how shy I
Yeah.
was. So talk about doing a 180 that now I'll just stand on stage and talk to like tons of people and be totally comfortable with it. Woo,
Right. Right.
but all of this became possible through the study and practice of emotional intelligence, which is, being self-aware, being aware of other people, having empathy, learning how to manage your emotions and intrinsic motivation. And it really took me years to really understand my self-limiting beliefs that held me back from
Yeah.
life, like I knew in myself how great I can be,
Yeah.
but I was afraid to because of all these other things that were like bottled up inside of me. And I had to put the work in to revisit those years, find out where the root of it was to overcome it, to grow to be the success that I am today.
Yeah.
And I'm still growing. Like it's not
Yeah.
like poof,
Yeah.
everything's great. Now
I,
there's still a lot of growth going on, but from where I was to where I am today, it's huge. It's huge.
yeah. And I think everybody, that's a step everybody should take, right? Is continued
Mhm.
growth. I don't think anybody stops learning,
No.
until their last breath, really. And
Yeah.
that's the point where everything stops, of course. But yeah, I dig that you continue to grow as a person and you spend the time and you want to put in the work in these sort of things because then you turn around and use it to help other people. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what's awesome is
It
the
is.
fact that, taking in it's good to have all this knowledge, but if you don't go out there and you don't share it, you don't help people,
Mm-hmm.
um, of course, find their paths and that sort of thing. So I love that you're really into that. So,
Yeah.
um, you know, how did you actually? What was the one thing that really drew you into wanting to become learning about emotional intelligence and wanting to become that's kind of like a coach or kind of
So,
develop your own program sort of
well,
thing?
that was like, again, that was by accident. When I was pregnant with my second son.
Mm-hmm.
So my kids are 14 years apart. So I had to manage the preteen stage of one child, then
Yeah.
manage, a pregnancy and then birth of an infant, which are two totally different types of parenting.
Yeah.
And I was kind of going crazy at the time. And then I was also working on my master's degree in
Oh wow.
education at the same time.
Yeah.
But during that time, I started learning about child psychology. And then that really got me interested in human behavior because it helped me learn to manage myself and my
Yeah.
children and my husband and my life and everything. So that kind of was the start of it all.
Yeah.
With emotional intelligence, I was always, I guess, studying it, but didn't really understand or know the title of emotional
Yeah.
intelligence until I started with my mentor, Jen Gruber, which I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And she had a certification program, which I went through, and I was just totally like obsessed with it. Like to this day,
Yeah.
I'm like constantly learning. I'm like, give me more, because it's taught me so much on how to handle myself and understand my triggers and help other people around me, help my friends, my family. And from that is when Jen was saying, you know what, Inez, you're really good at this. You really should build a business upon it. And I'm thinking, really? You could do that? Like, and she's like, well, I do it. So she basically like laid the guide, like the foundation for me and kind of like showed me what to do. And then I just took it from there. And like you said earlier too, with all this information that we have, and this is something that I had to learn on my own too, it means nothing unless you take action to it.
Yes.
That's hard. Because it's really easy to make excuses like,
Yeah.
oh, but
Yeah.
I cook and I made these excuses. I'm always cooking and cleaning and taking care of the kids and, driving this one here and there and running all these errands. I have no time for myself. Yeah, when you start looking, like if you like map out your day, you'll find time. Like
Yeah.
for instance, if you look at how many hours you're playing on social media, I guarantee
Yeah.
you could free up 2 hours a day.
Yes, most definitely. And I do agree because I'm like you. I started doing this again and I jumped into it rather quickly, but once I got into it, it became like something that been consuming me. And um I work. I'm a single income earner. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. It's not the first time, so I know how to deal with it. The first time it freaked me out that something like that happened.
I think
So
because my computer, like, I have to like move the mouse every now and then. I don't know how to get me back though.
that's all right. We're still talking. You can hear the voice, and that's cool with me.
Okay.
So and again, uh, when I first started doing this, I really jumped into. There we go. Hey, we're back.
Back.
Hey, everybody, we're back. Okay, so yeah, when I jumped into this and learning it and doing it, kind of consumed me. And I'm a single income earner. I have 4 kids.
Hmm.
My wife stays at home, takes care of the kids, and I work 2 jobs. I work 7 days a week, and then I started taking on this, and I started figuring out if I want to continue to do this and just really I have to put the work in to find time, do all the stuff, do all the behind the scenes stuff, because I do everything myself. I
Hmm.
don't farm out nothing. The website I built, all the graphics, all this stuff I set up myself. So, if I want to continue to do that, I really have to work at time management, putting
Hmm.
everything together, getting myself, in line so that I can be able to have that little time, which I realized I didn't have. It was always there. I just never realized that I had it, like you
Right.
said. So I didn't put it all together.
Right. Right.
Like,
And but when you have it too, then as you take those first few steps, you realize if it's something you love, like you end up finding this time for it. Like you enjoy. Like I really look forward. I love it when I have a speaking engagement. I love it when I'm being asked to do like an interview like this. I love
yeah,
sharing my knowledge and what my own experience is because I think it's really important too. Like people will look at and as you grow with your
yeah,
your podcast and your show, people are gonna be like, you're going to make it look so easy.
yeah.
And people don't see all the back work that you put behind it. And you have fears and I have fears. And I
I
think it's
still,
important for people to realize that. Like I still am fearful of things, but I just learn how to manage it and get past it a lot quicker than I did, say, 10 years ago.
yes, exactly. And I still have a lot of the same fears. I still have
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the same uh, things that I worry about. Like again, like what just happened, right? That's why. But I love live, and that's why I like doing live. So these things are going to happen. Awesome. First time I happened with me, I didn't know what to do. I was lost. I was going, oh my God, what am I supposed to do now?
Right.
Now, if it happens, oh well, I can just keep on talking and I just have a conversation with myself. So that doesn't matter. Again, and then when they come back in, if they do, they come back in, let's finish the conversation. And so
Right.
again, you learn to adjust on the fly and do everything because it's something that I'm having fun with and it's something that I like to share.
Mm-hmm.
This is my creative expression to everybody else out there. And hopefully it comes across to them. They see the work that I put in, they see the things that I do, and know that I'm passionate about wanting to go and create this forum to share with people because that's essentially what I do. I want to learn how to do this, and then I really want to turn around and share it with other people
Yeah.
because,
Good feeling.
yeah, it's a really great feeling. And I've already had, in the short amount of time that I've been doing this, I've already had people reach out to me and they
Mm-hmm.
go, "How did you do this?
Yeah.
Come on, give me some of your time. I'll come and walk you through it. We'll go through and we'll see if I can get you set up to do it on your own." So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's again, I get to turn around, I get to use the knowledge that other people have instilled in me when I started doing this and going asking and doing the things, and I'm paying it forward to those other people.
Yeah.
I would love. I'm like you. I love to share that thing, and I still continue to learn how to do other aspects of all of this. So
Mm-hmm.
anybody that's willing to share, hey, reach out to me. I don't care. I'll take it. So let me go to the next question that I had for you, because again, you went to Cornell University's Women in Leadership. So,
Mm-hmm.
and you went in a certified program. So you talk to other women professionals and entrepreneurs. What are some of the things that you talk about whenever you have a speaking engagement for women? Because I
Mm-hmm.
really dig the women
Right.
empowerment with the
Right.
women empowerment thing, because I have I got 4 daughters.
Oh, you
So
do. Good.
yeah.
Well, first of all, the women, it was an online course that I took through
Okay.
Cornell, which
Yeah.
was fascinating. Okay. There was 35 women in my class. And the old me would have felt intimidated by who my classmates were because
Yeah.
I am with women CEOs, different leaders
Oh,
all over the country. And then there's me, which I was
yeah.
like, oh, like a housewife slash speaker slash writer.
Yeah.
But then I quickly realized that it doesn't matter. Like, these titles are just titles. It doesn't mean anything in the big scope of things. What matters is how we treat people. It's what we give back to people, how we feel about ourselves. That's what truly matters. Mm-hmm. And so I took this leadership course because many times I've been asked to speak to women leaders. I'm half Puerto Rican, so I have the minority aspect, and you mentioned that I teach diversity, inclusion as well. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, I talk about negotiating skills. I talk about public speaking. I talk about our self-limiting beliefs, scarcity mindset, which can apply to everybody. However, when we talk about women, like, obviously we have a lot more similarities and different experiences that we've gone through before together in the past. So this is, like, I think, coming from a woman discussing these issues, women issues, they're able to relate a lot better, because, believe it or not, there's a lot of seminars and speaking engagements where there's men talking about women leadership skills. And
yeah, you're like,
I respect them. They could talk all they want. And it's funny to me when that the organizers of these events are not really thinking it through.
Yeah.
Where they're hiring men to talk about, where there's so many women speakers too, that where we can go and share this experience. Because listen, I used to work in the corporate world, and when I was, I'm going back 2 decades, and there was no Me Too movement at the time.
Yeah.
And I worked in the casino industry, where I'd be a dealer. And I remember there's an instance where, actually more than one instance, where I would be like dealing in a high roller pit. And if there was like the high rollers, the guys that, spend a lot of money in the casinos, I would like walk out and they'd like grab my butt. And then I would say something to the supervisor, and they'd be like, oh, just take it as a compliment. Yeah. Ooh, okay. And that's how things were dealt with back then.
Yeah.
And people don't realize that. I mean, I'm so happy that, unfortunately, there probably still are women that go through things like that.
Yeah.
But back then, I didn't even know how to defend myself, because we weren't taught. We're just taught to be polite and respect your elders and respect your supervisors and whatnot. But but it continued. Like, when I went into the corporate world in New York City, and the way the men would speak to a lot of us women, and God forbid you're like slightly attractive, the comments that are constantly made to you. And I look back now and I'm like, thank God I'm not that person I was back then.
Yeah. And a lot of them, again, they're not conscious of the things like that. Right. Sweetheart, darling, babe, all that kind of crap, right?
It's not even that. There's stuff
well, I think those are subliminal ways to kind of put themselves that in that sort of way. And again, you're in a professional environment. I don't think to me, that's not acceptable. But again, I was raised by a man who also knew what the difference was. And he instilled that in me, and I instill that in my daughters, and tell them, hey, look, these are some of the things that are acceptable. Right. These are the things that at some point something's going to happen, and you need to speak up. And even now, it's even better now that some of these things have been exposed, because again, now it gives you a little bit more comfort in saying, hey, don't feel ashamed in somebody. If you felt like somebody crossed the line. Say something, please.
Well, the problem is back then too, and a lot of people will look at everything that was brought up on the media when the whole started. Now, first of all, you have to understand, with me, I don't come from a victim mindset. Like me today, I don't. I really don't. I feel that as women, we are able to accomplish whatever we want. If you're not getting paid what you should get paid, and you're speaking out about it, we have the ability now to go start our own businesses, to be entrepreneurs, to be leaders. We don't have to stay in that position. And that's something that we need to realize and teach our daughters. Yes, you are, always be respectful, but you're capable of anything today. And that's so fascinating. But when we go back to the Me Too movement, and you look back, like, well, why didn't these girls say anything? Or why did they just deal with it? Because we felt ashamed. Unfortunately, if you speak up, people didn't believe you, or like chastised you. And unfortunately, a lot of women would put you down too. Like,
Yeah.
and it infuriates me when I see all these posts and stuff, even today, about, oh, women, female empowerment, stronger together. Yeah, they're the first to stab you in the back. And like, practice what you preach and
Yeah.
empathy, have compassion, like have kindness, because if you have those three things, like the world will be so much better.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you know what? And just as a side note, I do believe in the good in people. I really do. I think there's much more good in the world than what the media portrays. I think there's a lot of love and people that really care about each other. I belong to different organizations where there are women that really support one another. They're environmentalists that really, do what they
Yeah.
do, things to help the world become a better place.
Yeah. And again, that those are the kind, again, that's the way the media works. So those aren't the things that are always brought to light. That's
Mm-hmm.
they always love to bring the thing that's going to be the sizzle and the flash,
Yeah.
and it's usually all the bad stuff, all the
Yeah.
evil and all the gloom and doom, and not seeing. Again, I'm like, yeah, I give people the benefit of the doubt and I want to see the good in people. And
Yeah.
until you give me a reason not to, that's the way I approach everybody.
Yeah.
So, and again, that's just a good. Again, that's
And
how
you
it's
have to,
raised.
on this whole media topic, because obviously everybody is glued to their TVs 24/7 right now, because there's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
So there is, but they choose not to.
That too.
But
Yeah.
we have to. And I've been having this, I actually just had this conversation with my mentor last night, to question everything. Please don't blindly believe everything you see in mainstream media. I come from a journalism background. I got my journalism degree from NYU in broadcast journalism. I've worked at ABC News, behind the scenes. And
Yeah.
I remember, and I'm going back, over 20 years ago, where they would show me, the editors, how easy it is to manipulate the narrative. And they will show you what they want you to see. Now, when you take a clip, right, like you take an interview and you take this clip and mix it with this clip, yeah, the person's saying it, but they're changing the context of it.
Yeah.
So please, anybody who's out there watching, sitting there like, oh my God, like the world's going to end. Listen, it's because they know if they keep on saying that, you're going to stick to that
Yeah.
television. And don't blindly believe everything you see. Like, really take the diligence to really research yourself.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
don't. It's unfortunate that's the way it is, but
Again, and I'm like you. I mean, I know what's going on. Yes, I know what's going on. I just don't watch TV that much anymore because I'm one of those people that if I'm doing something else. I'm doing something else to advance myself.
Yeah.
To advance what I want that I want to go share out into the world. So, again, and you can't ignore the fact that it's there,
Right.
But you don't have to sit there and be glued to watching 24/7 talking about, oh my God.
You can watch 10 minutes of it and catch up as to what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. Essentially, yeah. You can read an article on, CNN and it'll tell you, hey, this is everything that's going on. Okay, cool. Right.
Yeah.
I don't have the rest of it. So
I don't need your opinion. Thank you.
Yeah. So let me ask you one more question before we go into talking about the event you got coming up. So now that everything's going on, so how have you had to adjust to the new normal, what a lot of people are calling it now? So
right.
What are some of the things that you've had to kind of change, because we've all had to change a little bit in what we do. So what are some of the things you've had to go through and adjust, and how are you finding settling into, I guess, a new normal routine?
Okay. Yeah. So the new normal now I'm home a lot to begin with because I'm, working behind my computer and writing, I'm writing a book right now. So I'm either writing a book or preparing for a speaking engagement or a conference. However, I thought when this first initially started with the whole shelter in place, lockdown, whatever name your state has for it.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, this is going to be great. I could I could finish my book now in 2 weeks. No, it didn't really work out that way. The reality is now that my son is home because with the virtual learning at school.
Yeah.
My husband's home. He luckily is able to work remotely as well. I am cooking 3 meals a day, which I've never done. Okay. So I'm cooking, like I'm prepping, cooking, eating, cleaning. 5 minutes later, doing the whole routine.
There you go.
And in between that is like just cleaning the house or doing laundry, stuff like that. So that actually takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
I'm almost ashamed to say this, but it took me 2 weeks to actually get into the groove of fitting in my own work to
Yeah.
get back in the routine. Where
Yeah.
in the morning, I'm like, all right, I have my routine now. Like, this is what I gotta do. Like, I do my affirmations, I do my meditation, I do my journal writing. I mean, those are like things that I do religiously.
Yeah.
But so I'm also taking Italian lessons now online because I go to Italy every summer. God willing, I'll be able to go this summer. Who knows?
Right.
So, but it did take an adjustment. But however, I think with my line of work and what I teach, the transition wasn't stressful at all to me.
Yeah.
I didn't feel stressed out. I'm actually really enjoying my family time together. Initially, I thought my husband was going to drive me nuts to see him so much. But if he's watching, no, I actually really love it. Like I do. Like we're bonding better. We're taking walks. We're doing.
There you go.
Listen, I'll tell you what. Where I live, apparently there's this really beautiful trail in the woods that I've been in this home for 13 years, never knew existed.
And now you're finding it.
It took a pandemic for me to find it. It was there. So, right. But for other people, I know I think if you're more, I consider myself an introvert, though I've learned to be a lot more outgoing. But I think it'd probably be harder for extroverts who are used to going out all the time and being surrounded by people. So I think it's really important for all of us to constantly check in on our family and friends. I think the hardest part is not being able to go to my mother's house to see her. She lives 10 minutes away. We drive over and sit in the car while she's like standing in the middle of her lawn.
Yeah.
A 10-minute conversation. That part, I'm like, sorry. That part is like weird to me. But I keep on saying, I love that you put the title Stronger Together in the beginning. Yes, actually the title of my book.
And, wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so that, you see, it's like the law of attraction.
Oh, there it is. Right? I know it. I believe it.
Yeah. And so I do believe that the world itself is that we are getting more connected because this is a worldwide pandemic.
Yes.
We are all going. There's not one person in the world who's not being affected by this in one way or another. So we are really learning to find ways to connect. I did a virtual coffee for the first time yesterday with a good friend of mine, and that was like really fun, actually. It was probably like the longest conversation we had in a long time.
Yeah.
But normally, if this wasn't going on, I wouldn't think like, oh, let's do a virtual coffee.
Yeah, you would be like, hey, let me text real quick or something, or make whatever was the simplest form of communication. And I think now that we're drawn away from each other, we're wanting that connection more and more. So finding those kind of interactions, because I'm the same as you. I'm feeling that where I go, you know what? I would just probably call somebody. You know what? Let me see if I can video chat with him, just so I can kind of get that more close. Hey, I can actually see your face and see the expressions, and it adds a whole new element to our conversation.
Listen, humans, whether you consider yourself a loner or not, we need each other. We do, and this has put us into a position where we're really realizing the importance of human interaction.
Yes.
And it's a great time to catch up with people you haven't spoken to in a long time. Or like I call my parents every day now. Like I spoke to them on a regular basis, but not every single day.
Yeah. And you get those, again, you're getting those, you're getting a lot of things out of this. And those are what I call the silver linings, right? These are the things these are the positive things that you can look about the situation that's going on. So, you don't have to be doom and gloom, Debbie Downer all the time. Look at all the good things that you can go do. Reach it. Again, video is offering a way to do these sort of connections that you wouldn't even think about doing before. Same thing with people doing business from home now, remote working now. They've never done. Some of these people have never done it before. So again, like you said, you have to get adjusted. So I'm pretty sure a lot of productivity dropped those first 2 weeks of when everything had to transition, because people didn't know what to do. They were like,
Right. Yeah.
the people that have, okay, they're ready to, they just flow right along. I've been working at home for the last 2 years, no problem, right? And then you get the people who have, what am I supposed to do? How do I set up everything? What am I going on? And that's where a lot of that extra anxiety and stress and worry come from, just trying to figure all that out. Same thing with the schooling and all
But
of
you know
this other
what?
stuff.
Honestly, it's where the technology now has become so user friendly that I
It
think
has.
so many people feared, right? They feared
Yeah, it
going over
has.
there because it's like, oh, I don't know that. But now they're being forced into it, and once you get on it and do it, you learn pretty quickly. It's pretty, quick that you can learn
Yeah.
it. And now
Yeah.
enjoy. I mean, what they say? I think with Zoom, it went from 10 million users a day to 200 million users a day.
Right.
I mean, I'm seeing people do like Zoom birthday parties and stuff. I mean,
They're doing Zoom
they're
happy
so
hours.
creative.
Yeah, everybody's doing. I took a place in one of the, actually a couple of those. Those are pretty interesting and they're pretty fun to do those Zoom happy hours. So, whenever this started changing over, that's one of the first things. Like my wife asked me, she goes, "Do you know how to use Zoom?" Well, of course I had, because
Yeah.
I've been using it to connect with people, doing LinkedIn and one-on-one talks and doing this sort of thing. So I was already familiar with it. When I told her, she's like, they're going to start doing this for school. I said, oh, it's pretty simple. It's
Yeah. Oh,
really,
please, kids could learn it in 2 seconds.
they already are. My daughter's like, Dad, come here. I want to show you something. I want to show you this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, awesome. That's great. I'm glad that you can figure out. And for some of these other programs, she's like, you can put a background behind you. I was like,
I know. I need a green screen, all the funky backgrounds.
well, actually, I think with Zoom, if you I think
I
it's
think
a
to have a
premium
certain
plan.
computer.
Yeah, a certain computer type, and then you
Yeah.
can have, if you have the right membership,
Okay.
you can actually upload one on the background, and it'll be back behind you.
That's
I've been on Zoom calls, and people have backgrounds, and I'm going, what the heck?
That's fun because the
Yeah.
number one, I need to do something like that because the number one comment I get is, why is she in her bedroom? I'm like, first of all, it's not my bedroom. It's my son's bedroom who moved out already because he's a grown adult man, and which I converted to my office.
Yeah, there you go. So, all right, now let's go ahead and jump into the event that you're going to be taking part in on Tuesday.
Yes.
So, guys, April 14th, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, you can go check out Inez. She's going to be taking part in a virtual event online. It's a summit where they're going to have a bunch of leaders talking there. If you guys go to if you're watching on the YouTube page or Facebook, the link is already in the comments. So you can click on the comments there and click on the link, and it'll take you to go sign up to participate and see how everything's going. So I'm going to let Inez go and talk about it a little bit more and what her role is in the event coming up next week.
So I belong to a speakers bureau. It's called Eagle Rise Speakers Bureau. I'm getting tongue-tied here. Eagle Rise Speakers Bureau. It is really an honor to be among these people because the majority of the people that I'm speaking with or that are part of this whole bureau, they're like the real leaders. They're the real heroes of our world. Jason Redmond, he is a retired Navy SEAL. He's got an incredible story that shared. Jason Schertle, he was burned severely, his whole face, everything. He was a Phoenix. I wrote it down so I didn't want to mess it up. A retired Phoenix detective. So while he was in a line of duty, his car went on fire. And he got burned. So he's super inspirational. Like, it's so funny because I see so past his physical injuries. Like, when we communicate and stuff, it's like I just see who he is and great, amazing guy. Then there's Ryan Muncie, Greg Amundsen, and Brenda Necklace. So there's 6 of us speaking that day, which is really cool because you're having 6 different personalities, just 6 different experiences, and all 6 of us will be speaking a little bit about where our areas of expertise are, followed by a 30-minute Q&A with everybody who is watching. And I think it's a really great experience because I've heard Jason Redmond speak. That's actually how we met. We met in Hawaii at a speaking engagement when he was speaking. And I was just totally captivated by his story. And, we got to know each other, which when they started the Speakers Bureau, they invited me to be part of it, which I was totally honored because I'm like, holy cow, like I have like all these really cool, like military people.
Yeah.
Like,
And there's Inez, right?
yeah. So and I'm like, yeah. So it's next Tuesday. You do have to register to be part of it. It's via Zoom. It is completely free. It's a great opportunity to meet me and the 5 other speakers that will be there, to get to know us better and learn something great, because every single one of us, and I love how we're going to be talking about like team building, increasing productivity, emotional wellness, spirituality, all of that, because to me, every one of that, everything that we're talking about, every speaker, it all kind of ties back to emotional intelligence. Because emotional intelligence really is the foundation of success in every single thing we do, whether it's personally, our career, financially. It's really important, and it's something that I'm like really pushing for, that for schools to teach. We need that. So I do encourage everybody to jump, go with the link, sign up. As I said, it's completely free. 3:00 next Eastern Standard Time. It'll be like an hour and a half after listening to us speak, but it's a great time for everybody to really converse with us too, and learn and ask any questions that they may have, because I know there's a lot of questions out there right now in regards to COVID-19 and dealing with anxiety and stress, and what's how to move forward from here.
Yeah, and I already got people, they already Euricio, he said he's already in. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we just talked about the work with the. There you go. So you can go to the comment section here, or on Facebook, on YouTube. You can actually go on our website as well. The link is already there. Just click the link, and you guys can go ahead and register and be part of it, and go take part in something really fun and interesting to learn from next week. Yeah. So awesome! I appreciate you again coming on the show, and I call this show Made from Scratch because I always talk about people being what I like to call creative souls. Everybody's got their own sort of their own way of being creative. So you can look past being creative as being a painter or writer, all that stuff. There's more to creativity than just that. And that's why I can bring anybody on. So I wanted to talk about you. How would you describe your creative approach when you're creating something new, like your book, or when you're writing out a speech, or when you're creating a new workshop? What are some of the things that you do to draw inspiration to create these these different forums for you?
My advice to everybody, the best inspiration is the experiences that you have lived, because every single one of us has a story to tell. We all do. And a lot of them are similar experiences, but we have different stories that led to where we are today. And with my book, it's called Stronger Together. And I was inspired by that because it started out solely being about like my journey through life with emotional intelligence. However, as I started transitioning more into diversity inclusion, where I've had a lot of personal stories through my life, through my family's life, through my friends, and I started meeting people. And we didn't really talk too much about this, but I really believe in the law of attraction.
Yes.
And since I've increased my vibrational energy, where I've learned to let go of toxic people in my life, literally the minute that happened, so many positive people, like it opened the doorway to all this positivity. I have some of the most amazing friends I can ever have. And it's all happened right after, like, I let go of some people. And every one of them has an amazing story to tell as well. So I kind of use inspiration from them, from my experiences, but also adding their experiences to my book, where I'm going to be sharing some of their stories, that integrates with mine. Because overall, what happens is I just want to show how the world, that we truly are stronger together. We are one. We are one race. We are the human race, and kindness and love will overcome everything. Because you can take the hardest person, but if you show them nothing but kindness and love, you're going to break them down. And I'd rather break them down that way than with nastiness or toxicity. Because that's just going to come back to you. And that's a big lesson to learn, because that's something that when I held on to anger for people that treated me badly, all it did was bring more negativity in my own life, because I brought it on myself. When I learned to just let go, forgive, it doesn't mean you have to be best friends with them, but it's okay to let them go. but live your life with love and kindness and empathy, then wow, did my life change. And
Yeah.
I am a testament that it's real.
Yeah, it is, and I support you 100% on it because I feel the
Mhm.
same way. One of my favorite sayings that my brother always used to tell me was "kill them with kindness."
Mhm.
Just you know, they tell you something, put a smile back on their face, turn it
Yeah.
right back around. I
Yeah.
mean, that if there anything that's gonna drive them more nuts because you can be there and be just as level, you can be that level-headed person and just say, always say thank you, say do all the things, all the little, just show that little bit.
Because you have to remember, a lot of 99% of the time, their anger towards you has nothing to do with you.
Yeah,
They're,
exactly.
they're in pain. They're in pain, and they haven't learned. They haven't developed the tools or the skill sets yet to really understand, or they're fearful of going back to understand where the root of that pain is to be able to
Yeah.
move past it. And I know it's a hard thing when somebody's being nasty to you, and unfortunately, a lot of people take it out on you on social media, which is terrible. Um, it's a hard thing to get past saying it's not about me, it's about them.
Yeah.
But if you consistently practice every day training your mindset, then it comes easier. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say it goes away 100%. I still get my feelings hurt when people say something mean to me, but I'm able to turn it around a lot quicker than I used to.
Yeah, and that's, again,
Mhm.
that's part of that's part of the journey of becoming self-aware and
Yeah.
learning these things. Because again, I do a separate podcast about
Mhm.
mental health and these sort of things,
Oh, great.
and yeah, so these things interest me: the law of attraction, shadow work,
Mhm.
NLP, all these things that kind of
Oh,
help your mind grow,
yeah.
and you start learning about these things and say, hey, it's okay to feel that way, but
Yes.
learn what the triggers are. And
Yeah.
again, that's one of the things they tell you. You're not broke.
Hmm.
You never were broke. So
No.
don't think you were broke.
Mm-mm.
Just what it is, though, accept the fact that you have these feelings,
Yeah.
see what the triggers are that cause them, and then approach them when they start coming to the surface and realize what they are. And
Yeah.
then you start opening yourself up that way. It's like you said, the world becomes a whole new thing. People and incredible people start coming in your life. All these things start happening in your life.
Fun. It's almost like I purposely do it.
It is.
Yeah,
It
like
is.
what good's coming this way? What's coming like and
Yeah.
it's exciting. It
And,
when
and, and just
Mhm.
to tell everybody,
Yeah.
I come up with a title for every show, but I always read on people's bios and
Okay.
kind of get a vibe off of them. So when I wrote that, I didn't know that that was the name of your title, of your
No,
book, or
you didn't tell
anything.
anybody that's the name of my book. I mean, that's awesome.
But I read about who you are, what you are as a
Yeah,
person, watch other interviews that you've done, and go, okay, this is, and
right.
I felt it, and this is what it is, and I put
Yeah.
it together, and I go, and then you told me, I was like,
Yep.
there it is,
Yeah.
people.
You're helping me manifest my book to get
That,
completed.
that's that's the universe pointing me in the right direction.
It
Everybody,
is. It
don't
is.
believe it. So
Yeah.
it's awesome that happened. So
Thank you.
just a couple more questions, Inez, before I let you go out of here. So once we do get past this crisis,
Mhm.
what are the plans for you? What are some of the things you got cooking? Projects, something like that you got.
Vacation. I'm going
Yeah.
back on I travel a lot. My husband, my family travels a lot. We go to Italy every summer. We have we had two trips booked in April, not for Italy, for other places, which obviously got canceled. I'm holding on to
Yeah.
Italy. I'm really working on my law of attraction and
There you
manifestation
go.
right now because we go to the Amalfi Coast, Positano, Italy every summer. We're scheduled to go the end of June through July, and literally, I just gotta give a shout out to my people there because they're the most loving, kind people. I've been going there for 5 consecutive years, and they're like family to me. You know,
Yeah.
I see them and it's like we get so excited to see each other. We continue. I mean, thank God for social media. We're able to connect all the time. My husband's birthday was Monday, and obviously we couldn't do anything. So literally, like this last minute idea I had, I reached out to a bunch of his friends and my friends in Italy and in California, all over the world. They all sent video messages to
Oh,
him
wow. That's
where there was 35 videos I had where I had to like put together like on iMovie. I made a movie
yeah.
out of it. Stuck actually it's on my YouTube channel, so if you want to see it
Yeah.
there.
There it is,
And
guys.
it was like so much love. And again, the world is stronger together. Like we're able to emit love all over the world, and for them to like respond to me within like with less than 24-hour notice to reach out to me and send those messages to Lou was like the best gift I could have given him. So yes, when this is over, I'm hopping on a plane and I'll be enjoying.
There you go. Right. She's got her plan set, ready to go. That's what I like, though. For me, one of the things that I want to work on is I want to go. I've always wanted to do this, but I never did. But these kind of things put life and what you're going to do in perspective. So I always want to go hiking in the mountains of Colorado, just because I love nature and want to go out there. Yeah. Oh, wow. Awesome. So that's one of the things that I want to do. And as soon as I get past all of this, and this, it will pass, people. We've gone through world wars. We've gone through depressions. We've gone through plagues. We will get through it. So, once we get past this, that's one of the things I plan to do. And again, looking forward, I know I'm not going to be the same person that I was before. And I know that I can't just go back into that box. Like you said, I can't, I've been let out. There's no way I'm going back. So
we're going to have a greater appreciation and gratitude for life.
Yes. So I got a few people saying hello to you. They're like,
hi, Polly.
There you go. Thank you for your work.
Polly's a gem. She's got a heart of gold, that girl.
Awesome. And then I got another one. I don't.
Oh, I don't know you. Hi.
She's saying hello. So, but I get people all over, and that's come on and leave comments on the show. And I've had people from Italy, as a matter of fact, come on here to say hello. Hi, kind of. So the word's getting out. People are starting to watch the show, which I kind of love, and I get to bring people on. And again,
I told my Italian friends it's 2 a.m. You may want to watch the
replay. Yeah,
the replay.
Yeah, it'll be on YouTube and everything else on the website. You can watch it as well. So one more question, and this is one I ask everybody that usually comes on. So once everything's said and done in your life, what kind of legacy would you like to leave behind? What is the one thing you want to be remembered for?
I want to be known as a person who is very kind and inspiring to everyone that she met.
Hey, pretty simple. I get some answers that are really thoughtful, and I get just simple. Sometimes simple is the right answer.
Simple, kindness and inspiration.
There you go, Cindy. So we have people coming on. So thank you so much for hopping on, Inez. I do appreciate it very much. And guys, check out the event again Tuesday. You can find the link in the comments here.
Please sign up.
Next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, 3:00 Eastern Standard Time. So remember that, guys. That's one of the things I'm trying to teach everybody, and I'm learning myself, scheduling guests in different time zones. So I got to remember, you're an hour ahead of me. Some people are 2 hours behind me. Working out the logistics is, work. Somebody's saying, try Portugal.
I've heard amazing things about Portugal. My mom was just there last year, and she said it was the best, most beautiful place she's ever been. So
wow.
That is on our bucket list as well.
Awesome. That's great.
I have a Sicilian husband. So it's like, he's like, is there Italian food in Portugal?
But at least he knows what he likes, right? That's awesome. I love that, though. So again, everybody, thank you guys for joining me this evening. Thank you for coming on the show, Inez. Guys, you can catch the replay. You're going to be able to catch the podcast of all this stuff uploaded after the show's over. And again, you can go to the website. You can check out the links to the show next Tuesday. Please, 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 I encourage you guys, check it out. Go see Inez speak. You see, she lights up the room. She's lighting up the room here this evening. So thank you again, guys. Just a quick shout out tomorrow, 7:00. I'm going to have Andrea Sanchez on. Me and Andrea met again through LinkedIn. What a wonderful platform that I keep telling everybody. Go check out LinkedIn if you haven't. There's so many cool people. There's so many people that that's where I met Inez at. And these people are there. These kind of people that you want to talk about the positive aspect about, those people are there. If you want to find them, go to LinkedIn. I'm telling you, you will find those people there. Yes, there they are. So,
and I got to tell you, I love what you post and your messages and how far you've come in such a short period of time. Congrats to you, because it takes action, and you did it. So
there you go.
Yolka just popped up.
Yeah. There she is.
Yeah, kisses to you too.
All right, guys.
All right,
Thank you very much for
bye.
hopping on, everybody. Y'all have a good evening. See you again tomorrow, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Same bat channel, same thing. Stay safe. Practice social distancing. Follow your local guidelines as far as shelter in place. They're doing it for a reason. That way we can work past and get past all of this, guys. That's the best way we're going to be able to do it until they find some sort of vaccine. So thank you, everybody, for hopping on. Y'all have a good evening. I'll see you tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Take it easy. Be safe.